When it comes to cornbread, I like to doctor mine up a bit. And for me, this is the best cornbread recipe I've got to serve with hot soups. I'm going to begin with, I have 4 cups of zucchini. Now I got this out of the freezer and I have put it in a sieve and let it completely drain, and then I mashed all the water out of it because I wanted it as dry as I could get it. I have 1 cup corn. And because my garden had so many peppers in it this summer, I'm going to put in 1 diced up jalapeno pepper, 1 medium-sized onion, and here I have 16 ounces of shredded cheese. Now, with this one here, I'm only going to use half of it for right now. So I'm going to just kind of eyeball that out, put about half of that in there, and add 2 eggs. Now I can tell you a little story about that zucchini. My mom used to love making us kids guess what she was cooking and what was in it. And so when she would fix a certain chocolate cake, it was years later before we found out it had zucchini in it. Of course, who's going to turn down chocolate cake when you're a kid? Okay, now I've got that mixed up to where that it's mixed pretty even, and I'm going to begin adding my flavorings. To that, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt, half a teaspoon of onion powder, half a teaspoon of garlic salt, half a teaspoon of pepper. Mix that in again. Then we're going to add 1/4 cup of milk. Mix that in. If you mix all of this together as we go, it just makes it easier whenever we add our cornbread muffin mix. And we just have 1 box, and I'm going to pour that in there. And we're going to mix that in. Now this is still going to be a fairly stiff dough just because you have so many vegetables in there. It almost needs to be called a vegetable cornbread, but I call it zucchini cornbread. All right, that's looking good. Okay, now I have here a 13 by 9 pan. It calls for like a 2 quart. So if you have a 13 by 9, you're going to come right at it. I'm going to spray it with cooking spray, nonstick. Put that in there. Spread it out a little bit. You don't have to get it perfectly flat on top because now we're going to add the other half of that cheese and just sort of sprinkle it on top. And don't do like I did. I set it close to the stove and it kind of melted some of the cheese together. So I've got a few lumpy strands in there. Okay, now we're going to put this in the oven. The oven is set at 350, and we're going to bake it for anywhere from 40 to 50 minutes. And you just kind of need to watch it. What you want to make sure is that the cornmeal and that is well done. And if you stick a toothpick in it, that part comes out dry. Okay, it has been 50 minutes. I'm going to take a toothpick and insert about 2 inches from the edge, come out clean. This is ready. Now we're going to let this sit for 5 minutes before we cut into it.